Fact-finding. Number one question. Ashley, read it for us.
Fact-finding, what type of vehicle are you looking for? The whole thing.
Yep.
Great. How will you be using the vehicle for work, a daily driver, etc.?
Okay, number two, Mateo.
What type of basic features are you looking for? What are you driving now? What are you accustomed to? Who will be driving? How many miles per year do you drive? Do you prefer light or dark colors? Did you purchase your last vehicle? Have you had luck with your vehicle in the service department?
Perfect. Okay. You've had this book the whole time you were here. Everything that you need to know about this process is right here. We need to memorize this. We need to master this. We need to be all on the same page. I should be able to walk through any of my showroom floors, which is, if it's Cadillac, Chevy, Honda, Nissan, and hear you greet a customer and say, welcome to, my name is, nice to meet you, so glad you're here, what type of vehicle you're looking for, and then I should be able to hear you go into the fact finding. And it should sound the same from everybody. It should sound the same from Loab. If everybody's busy and Loab has to go out there and talk to a customer, he should say, Mr. Customer, what type of vehicle are you looking for? Great. How are you going to be using the vehicle, Mr. Customer? Are you using it for work? Are you using it for a daily driver? How are you going to be using this vehicle? I need to know. This is simple sales 101 stuff, guys. This is not, I'm reinventing the wheel. This is not, hey, I invented this. This is just simple sales stuff. Let me tell you something about the process that I've told people before, especially our process. The process, I hate to tell you, but it's not there for you. It's there for the customers. And if we follow the process properly, it makes the customer's experience a whole lot better. When you're all over the place and you don't know what you're supposed to do next, and you can't find this, and you can't find that, and you forget to ask this question, you have to go back and ask that question, you're making it miserable for your customers. And what's going to end up happening is, we talked about this already, you're either going to run out of time or you're going to run out of talent. And sometimes we can save some of those deals, but sometimes we can't. So it's very important that you learn the process, that you master the process, and you say, okay, now I know how to do a proper meet and greet. I need to practice it. I need to perfect it. And now I'm going to find out how to do a good fact-finding process. And I'm going to ask, what type of basic features are you looking for? What are you driving now, Mr. Customer? What are you accustomed to, Vanessa? Okay? Who's going to be driving this car, Vanessa? I am. Perfect. I need to ask this every time. Expect everyone to do everything every time, every day. Remember? And I'm executing. Every time. And then it just starts flowing. Guys, you start selling cars like crazy. You start selling cars for over sticker, and people are smiling, and people are happy, and they're bringing you customers. How crazy is that? And then you go to the desk, and they're not yelling at you because you got all your stuff together. And you got all your paperwork. You have a now commitment. You have a good pick. Your customer's sitting down. You have control of your customer. You did a needs assessment. You did a silent walk around on your trade-in. You're set for success. How can the manager, we're making the manager's job so easy. So easy. If we do our job. If we do our job and we learn. How do I do? So before I move forward, who has questions about fact-finding? Who's struggling with fact-finding right now? Okay? Yes?
Struggling with it, if I'm being honest. I guess because it's more about the verbiage, I'm learning how to adjust and to figure out how to use the right verbiage.
Yes, ma'am. So what verbiage are you using right now?
Well, I do know, like, whenever people ask me for, more like down payment and pricing, like, they want to know exactly, I want to know how to exactly word that.
Okay.
Because, like.
Give me an example.
Like, okay, if a customer says, hey, what is this price for this truck? How do I word that?
Sure. Is the price on the window or not on the window?
It's going to be on the window.
So the price is there, they can see it. Okay, so you can see the price too. Okay, so the price is $39,995, ma'am. Who's going to be driving the vehicle, ma'am? Who's going to be the primary driver? How are you going to be using it? I'm still going to address it, respond to the question. I have nothing to hide. The price is right there. They can see it. I can see it. Ma'am, very good question. Okay. I was talking to a dealer friend of mine yesterday, and I was asking him all these questions. And every time I asked him a question, you know what he said every time? That's a great question. That's a phenomenal question, Alex. That's an amazing question. So why don't we do that to customers? Hey, that's a great question, ma'am. That's an amazing question. The price, the Bravo selling price, ma'am, is $39,995, which includes our protection package. Who's going to be the primary driver? I move forward to my mission. Because if I'm out there with a customer, I want to make sure that I stay on track. Because they're going to try, right, Billy? They're going to try to throw me off my game. I'm going to go out there and they're going to go, what's the price? What's the best price? How much can you give me for my trade? Can you give me a proof? How much are my payments? I'm like, oh, shoot, that's nowhere in my process. What do I do now? I stick to the process. Because I can, with certainty, tell my customer this, Danielle. I can say, ma'am, Billy, can I explain something to you real quick? Is that okay, sir? Do I have your permission? Billy, my number one job here at Bravo Honda is to select a vehicle or a truck that you and your family are happy with and are willing to own, either now or at some point in the future. So what I like to do, if that's okay with you, let's go ahead and select the right vehicle for you that fits your needs and your family. And the rest, Mr. Customer, is the easiest part. And I have plenty of experience inside that can help us with that and make it work for you. Is that fair enough? Because what happens if I start talking price with the customer outside? What happens if I start talking price and discount with the customer over the phone? Now, I'm not saying we avoid it. I'm not saying we don't tell them or we act like we're hiding anything. But really, let's be honest. Nick, is the price of the car up to you? Who is it up to? Yeah. Right, yeah, you're right. The managers. Can you tell a customer on the phone, yes, I can discount the car $3,000? Can you tell a customer, yes, I can get you $350 a month? Well, you can say it, but you might not be able to deliver it. That's all up to the managers, right? So what you want to do, and listen to me, this is a golden nugget right here. You have to think of yourself as an agent. And I want you to look up the definition later. What is an agent? You are the communicator. You're not the decision maker. You don't have to have all the answers. Use that to your advantage. Keep an agent relationship. You will sell a lot more cars. Trust me on this. When you make it known or even kind of like make the customer believe that you have power over the numbers, you're going to lose that game every single time. So you want to at all times keep an agent relationship with them. Meaning, hey, whose side am I on, Maddie? You're the customer, I'm the salesperson. Whose side am I on? I'm on your side. That's right. We are a what, Maddie? Team. We're a team. And we're together trying to get who the best deal. And who am I here to work for? Me. Whose best interest do I have in mind? Mine. There you go. There needs to be no question about that. And when a customer thinks that and knows that and believes that because you've proven it with your, say it. Action. Say it. Action. Say it. Action. Actions speak louder than words. Because I've shown the trust. I've shown the concern. I've answered the questions. I've gone above and beyond. I've shown integrity and clarity and transparency. 36 cars a month. Not the smartest guy. I wasn't the guy that knew every single cubic centimeter of the car and all the features and all that stuff. I was gold certified Toyota, but I wasn't the guy that could I didn't win no best walk around contest ever in my life. I knew the product, but I wasn't that freaking polished to do that in front of a crowd. But I was passionate. I had clarity. I had transparency. I had honesty. Somebody asked me on a panel the other day, they're talking about transparency. And somebody's like, we're in a panel, I was with 4 of the best dealers in the US, the number 1 Subaru dealership in the United States, Adam Aarons. I was with another guy, Patrick, who runs Beaver Toyota, 700 cars a month, or 600, I can't remember. Look up this dealership, it's insane. They have a restaurant, they have a gym, they have shopping inside of it. It is crazy in Atlanta, Georgia. All these dealers, and they have me up there. And they say, Alex, come on, you've done some big things. We want you to be a part of this. Fine. I got up there, and they're talking about transparency this, transparency that. And somebody freaking called them out. I didn't say transparency, but they did. Now, I believe in transparency. And then somebody said, well, you guys are talking about transparency, And we're charging customers right now. This is a bunch of dealers from all over the country. They said, you're talking about transparency, but we're charging customers $10,000 over sticker. We're holding on their trade-ins. We're making more money than we ever had before. How is that transparency? Now, some of you guys would go, oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. And I let them answer, and they were like, they were doing that little Sammy Davis Jr. Let me tell you about transparency. And I sat there and I listened, and I was okay. They were like, the answers weren't transparent. And I said, I like to add something to that. And they said, what you got, AFLO? And I said, transparency is when you tell the customer the truth, no matter if it's what they want to hear or what they don't want to hear. That's transparency. So when I say I was a salesperson with transparency, it didn't mean that I wasn't making money. It didn't mean that I wasn't holding money in the trade. It didn't mean that I wasn't trying to make a $7,000, $8,000, $9,000 deal. But whatever I told the customers, it was the truth no matter what they want to hear or not. When a customer said, hey, Alex, I need my car by Wednesday. We're going out of town, and I got to have it because Thursday we have to be in Florida, and we're going there for Thanksgiving. It's a big deal for my family. I say, sir, I don't think I'm going to be able to sell you this car. What do you mean? Well, I just called the leather place. Classic Soft Trim. It's what we used to use. And they told me the kit's not in. It's not going to be in until Monday. So I'm not going to have your car ready by Thursday. So I suggest we stop right now so I don't keep wasting your time. No, Alex, I understand. Hey, appreciate your honesty. That's transparency. But sometimes we feel cornered. Sometimes we feel like we have to tell them a certain thing because we feel like if I give them the answer that I think they want me to tell them, then I'm going to win. You ever feel like that before? And I've actually told customers this, and I want to encourage you to say the same. I will literally tell a customer this when I sell cars. I kind of miss selling cars, by the way. So I had a lot of fun doing it because it was easy. I said, sir, let me ask you this. Do you want me to be like the typical salesperson? Well, what do you mean? I said, yes. Do you want me to tell you what you want to hear, not knowing whether or not I can deliver what you're asking me to do? Or do you want me to be different and tell you the truth? And you might not like the answer, but tell you the truth and be transparent. Which one would you like to hear? 10 out of 10. What do you think they said? You already know. And did that change the tone of everything? Did they stop asking me for absurd things? 1,000%. Did it overcome that have to do? Guys, we don't have to do the move the ball fast to sell cars. We don't have to do that. We just have to know how to treat people. It's all about relationships, right? All right, where's my book? Did I set it down somewhere? All right, okay. So no questions about FAFSA. We did have a question. Did that answer your question, Danielle? We don't want to get into the payments. We don't want to get into the price outside. We want to kind of do the matrix move, acknowledge the price is. If they say, oh, well, can you even get me approved, Alex, before we go any farther? I say, Mr. Customer, I've yet seen us lose a deal, lose a customer over financing. As long as we can structure the deal properly, is that true or false? We can get you approved because you don't want to lie. Now, am I going to say, sir, we get everybody approved? Is that true? As long as we structure the deal properly, Mr. Customer, we can get you approved. So let's do this. Let's make sure we have the right vehicle for you, a car that makes sense for you and your family and your budget. And let's take it to my manager, Trino, Kim, Vanessa, who are the experts, and let them work on it and get you the best options. Follow me. Who's going to be the primary driver? Go back to my process.